Hey, y'all. Hey, this is the Joys of Loss podcast, where we acknowledge, accept, and address our major life transitions so that we can love better, learn better, and live better. Since we won't make it out alive, let's have a divine time and remember to always stay wild. I am your host, Zan Washington, and this is episode 6. Episode 6. Yeah. Okay. So today, it's funny. It's like some things just take you back to teaching because I'm a retired teacher. Keyword retired. All right. Retired. So I wanted to be like, today class. Even though I don't think I even did that when I taught, like, today class. So that was weird. All right. So today, we're going to talk about preparing for death, like part 2, okay? And the aspect of the preparation is that I want to discuss is like detachment. And something that I have found that I am really doing and doing more consciously is detaching from things. And I'm not saying the detachment of like I don't care anymore, like I'm selling all my stuff, I don't have any stuff, or like I don't care what people say or what people think, or no, it's not that kind of detachment. It's more of like, I know this will all end. Like, it will. And eventually, people will be gone, things will be gone. And with that, I have to say, like, I'll be gone. And I think that part is a trip because when we think about preparing to die, right? It's like, yeah, I got my will, I got my insurance, set up my accounts. But it's like, have I really embraced the idea that like I could not be here anymore? And that is something that like whenever I find myself in this conversation, most of the time it's like in my brain, or like when I'm thinking about family members, or I hear about situations, that people go through when loved ones are no longer here with us. It's like, man, like they should do this and they should do that, and why they don't da 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 da. Like, I had a conversation with my dad, and I was like, Dad, like, I mean, you better have the folder. Like, I don't know what I was going through. And he was like, I have the folder. Like, we talked about this. And it was like, oh, okay, right. Like, just unload it. And then I have something I had to figure out, like, in my marriage. Here's a little marriage advice, unwarranted, because no one asked me. But the part of the marriage stuff, it's like whenever you find yourself, in a disagreement, with your spouse, it's kind of like, what is this kind of showing you? What is this bringing out about you? You know what I mean? And so I think about like, whenever I'm thinking about family members or other family members and preparing for death or whatever, like, do they have that stuff? Where is that stuff? That's going to be a lot to deal with, or how can we organize it? I just sit there and think like, man, like, Zan, what have you organized? What do you need to think about? What do you need to do to prepare? And just bringing it back on me, because what I have learned about myself through all of these earthquakes that I've been through, these major life transitions, is that, man, I can handle it. And that everything ends up okay. So whatever other people don't take care of or don't deal with, that it's their journey and what they need to acknowledge for themselves. It's what they need to deal with for themselves. And of course I can vocalize about, especially if it directly impacts me, and my family. But either way, like, I can deal with it. You know what I mean? And I've just found myself in the thought of like, man, like if my transition time was soon and I was not to be here any longer, in this human form, like, have I prepared my family for that? And I think, especially as being a mom, it's some special stuff with being a mom. It's like there are things that I know I can only do. Like I'm the only one that can like breastfeed Arizona, right? So like that's something I take pride in. That's something that's like, yep, you can't do that. It's all me, boo. But then there are times where it's like, oh, you can't do that. It's all me, boo. It's like, it's more of the parts of motherhood that like, it is only you. But how much do we actually set up our families to where we make it where it's only us, and so no one else can do it? And that's not good. It's not good, because you could literally not be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? You could not be here anymore. That's something that you have to accept. And so you have to prepare yourself mentally. You have to prepare your family for the thought that, like me, it's like, what if mommy isn't here anymore? And I feel like that is something my mom didn't do. It's like, I really thought, as crazy as it sounds, like she'd be here forever. But that's crazy. Like that's crazy. And so now I really challenge myself and I let go. Like I went on a trip with my best friend without the baby or my husband for the first time. It was I was crying in the Uber on the way to the airport, but it wasn't like oh no, like the feelings were, it was complex feelings, because it was like, I can no longer say I've never been away from her. And then it's like, why am I wearing that as a badge of honor? So I was like really challenging myself with that. And I'm so happy I did that. I'm so happy I did that trip. It just really, helps me and in my connection with Arizona to just be like, mommy's not going to be here all the time, but mommy is with you all the time. Like, we are forever connected. And I tell her that even now. She about to be 15 months. I'm like, mommy won't be here all the time, but mommy is always with you. Because I want her to know that our bond is deeper than this life could ever be. And I think because I know I really, really have embraced the fact that we could not be here, or it could be one day you wake up and you don't wake up, or one day you wake up and that day is the day you lose somebody. It just makes me like hold hugs a little longer. It's like my connection with my dad is it's always been really special, but now it's like we breathe each other in. And I hope each of you do that. I hope you do that with yourself. Breathe yourself in. I hope you breathe people that you love and care about in an honest, genuine way, and it's like, and it's okay if like, so I'll say, at the time of my mother's passing, like we weren't like in the best place, and I really like hate that. And of course that makes you feel like just deal with things, hurry up and deal with it, right? Because someone could die, and it's like, yeah, we know someone could die. But you do need to own your feelings and be present and deal with what you got to deal with. But I'm just saying, like, just take care of yourself. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that everything that you experience in life, everything that is part of your experience is for you. Like, it's about you and how you choose to live in this life. And so I'm gonna take this time because I'm not really into now after like having to take care of my mom's funeral and all that, and we'll do an episode on that, like planning a funeral, because I'm sure not everybody truly knows how to do that, or things like that. So if you definitely have any questions about that, put that in the comments, because I could definitely answer those. But I'll definitely do an episode about planning a funeral. But because I've done that, like, I don't want a casket, y'all. Like, that whole, like, picking out a casket from my mom was, like, it's just surreal. Because you just walk in there and you're just like, you want me to pick a box? Like, I don't know. That one? Like, anyway. Yeah, so I prefer to be cremated, and then my family knows they can disperse my ashes, wherever they like. I don't want to really have like a funeral program and all this stuff, So I'd like to be remembered for being honest, being myself, for like really caring about people, wanting to listen to people, want to understand people, and man, help people do the right thing, whatever that is for them. And more specifically, I'd like to be remembered as like a person that truly connected with this world, like connected with myself, connected with my family, and like put myself out there. And like, I know I'm doing that. Like, I know I'm living, and I know I'm enjoying myself here right now at this moment. So in your preparations, it's like, live. Like, really live for you. Address the things you need to address. Fix the things you need to fix. Fix the things you can fix. Some stuff we can't fix. And just know that, like, when you leave, you just leave. And life will go on, So it's all about just the connections you make before you go. Like, as much as I would want to have control over every little thing, like maybe even like plan something for Alex to be like, okay, so when she's 3, she needs to do this, or whatever. It's like, if I'm gone, I'm gone. And then he gonna have to figure that out. And that's just what it is. So it's like to actually release the air of yourself, of the thought of like, life will go on without you. And that's okay. You know what I mean? You're here now. Be in it. Be a part of it. Be connected. That's what I'm doing. I'm connecting. I hope you connect too. All right, y'all. So I'm going to pull a card from the Daily Crystal Inspiration. So, love this deck. Let's see. What do we need to hear? Or see or read? What do we need? What do we need? Okay, all right. Got a flyer here. All right, this is a beautiful stone. It's called Appetite, and it's get out of your comfort zone. So what I just talked about with the live, but part of living is getting uncomfortable. So let's read it out the book, what it's talking about. Appetite. All right. Burst through your bubble. There is a first time for everything and for everyone. Get outside of your comfort zone to discover what feeds your appetite for life. It's easy to become complacent, to play it safe, and live in your self-created boundaries. Self-created. Don't let your routine hold you back from challenging yourself. Embrace new and uncharted territory. It is in these exhilarating moments that you find inspiration and uncover what thrills you. Keep yourself on your toes and be excited for the day you have ahead. This is the space where you will learn the most, where you will grow and evolve into the best version of yourself. So, some core questions. When is the last time you did something for the first time? What inspires you? So, crystal action. Affirm. I am capable of new and surprising things. Today, try something different to get inspired about life. You might plan a trip, try a new recipe, or buy a book by an author you've never heard of. So yeah, get out that comfort zone. Live. Like, that's how you prepare. Just gotta live, y'all. So, since we won't make it out alive, let's have a divine time. And remember to always stay wild. All right, I'll see y'all next week. Bye.